morning, this is Joy from Enjoy Fitness 43, and today we're going to do a little yoga balance routine. And I got this routine from my colleague Cynthia Mutch from the YMCA in Columbus, Mississippi. So she's the one that designed this, so I probably won't do it justice because I need to work on my balance too. So hopefully you'll get something from this. So we will be on the floor for this, and we do get up and we do get down. So it's a challenge. So you just do what you can, and you hold things as long as you can, and it's a process. So you work with what you can in your body, and just, if nothing else, you get into a comfortable position and you breathe. And all yoga is body weight, so you're going to get strong from it, and you are on your wrists a lot. So we're going to start just with a little warm up with the wrists to start with, and then we're going to go into the routine itself and get ourselves started with that. So of course, balance, different things happen to us in life that knocks our balance off. We gain weight, we lose weight, we can have an injury that will throw our balance off. We spend too much time in front of the TV, we spend too much time on a computer, we have something will happen to us neurologically. We get put on medication. All sorts of different things can throw off our balance. If you don't take care of your feet, if you get new glasses, all sorts of different things, different reasons why your balance gets thrown off. As you age, you can be 23 and still have your balance get thrown off, as opposed to 93. So it's one of those things that we have to work on all of the time. So getting our body in alignment, getting strong from our head all the way down to our toes is going to help with your balance. Alrighty, so let's go ahead. And so lay your mat out, make sure you're in an area that's nice and flat and that you're going to have room to move. Now you can, even though, Cynthia would probably never recommend it, if you want to get a crutch and have a chair handy just off to the side a little bit to tap on, or be next to a wall or something that you can tap on for later on, but you don't want it too close because you want to be able to move. So we'll think about that as we go along. First, we're just going to start in our tabletop position already. So our hips are right above our knees and our shoulders are right above our wrists. And we're going to start just by warming up that spine and our hips and our neck by doing the cat-cow. So we're going to inhale up, pull in the chin, and just really lift up those shoulders and that rib cage. Just inhale, and then you're going to exhale. You're going to drop the belly button and the ribs, and you're going to lift the tailbone and the chin. And then you're going to inhale. And then we're going to go ahead and exhale. And let's do that 3 more times, okay? I like to do things in odd numbers. So inhale. And then exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's just do it one more time. And inhale. Just use those tummy muscles. Pull that in, and then exhale. and then bring ourselves back into that tabletop position. So you're pulling up on those abs, okay? So we're not sinking it down. Notice the difference between that tabletop and not tabletop. And we're going to do a bird dog. So we're going to lift up that left leg, and you're going to extend your right arm forward, and our neck is in alignment with our spine here, okay? So don't drop your head down. So you're gazing out in front, okay? And then we're going to bring the arm and the leg back. So you can do them one at a time. So I like to take my leg out first and extend my arm. And then I usually bring my arm back, and then I bring my leg back. Righty, let's do the other side again. Extend the leg, extend the arm. Okay, right here we're being balancy. Doing opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, and then we bring them back. Okay, extend the leg. Make sure that your 2 points are ready for you to lift that opposite arm up that you're balancing on. And then bring them back. Okay, shifting the weight to the other knee. Extending the left leg, reaching the right arm out. And even when you're just doing this and we're low to the ground, okay, retrieve it back, you can feel the difference. You can feel that you're having to think about your balance. Okay, and lift the arm. Ooh, sorry, wrong arm. Arm. Don't know what I was thinking there. There we go. And then bring it back. Okay, one more time each side. Okay, extending the leg. Now when you do this, I want you to also not think about trying to lean from one side to the other. So being balanced is making sure that you are balanced through the center of your body all the time. So you might think you're leaning from one side to the other, but you're trying to distribute the weight evenly on both sides of the body. And when you do that, you find that you're a lot more balanced. So that was good. Okay, excellent. So we're going to just bring ourselves back, and we're going to curl those little toes, and you're going to try to sit on those toes, and we're going to put our hands next to us, and we're going to sit up nice and tall. Okay, so not leaning over. We're trying to get tall through the spine. And so you can leave your fingertips right here if you need to, depending on how those toes feel, or you can bring your hands up here and looking out in front of you, finding that focal point out in front that you can just kind of concentrate on. Great. And then we're going to go ahead and bring those hands back down. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and just drop those knees, and we're going to walk our hands out into a nice plank position. Extend those legs out. Good. Okay, we're going to push ourselves forward just a little bit, and we're going to drop ourselves down into a chaturanga. Okay, so you can drop those knees first, flip those feet over. We're going to push ourselves up into a cobra. Flip the feet back around. Push ourselves up into a down dog. Okay, and this is your go-to position for relaxation. And in this position, you can feel free to separate those legs a little bit more. Get comfy. Excellent. And then we're going to walk our feet up, okay, here into a full fold. And then we're going to come up into a half fold. We're going to come back down into that full fold. And then we're going to just roll ourselves up. Reach all the way up. Take a nice big breath. And then an exhale. So we're going to do that over and over again throughout this series, okay? And then we're going to think about how we're going to breathe during all of this. Alrighty. So let's start from the up position, and then we'll go back down. So we're going to inhale up. We're going to exhale, forward fold. Inhale into a half fold. Exhale as we come down to a full fold and walk out into a plank. We're going to inhale, going down into that chaturanga. We're going to exhale, coming up into cobra. We're going to inhale as we come down and go into down dog. And then we're going to hang out in down dog. So we're going to inhale and exhale a few times. This is our rest position, right? So maybe, 3 to 5 breaths. And then we're going to inhale and walk our hands up. And then we're going to exhale, bring yourself into half fold. And we're going to inhale into full fold. And then exhale, bring ourselves all the way back up. Excellent. Let's do that again. Big inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, half fold. Exhale. Walk out into plank. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, cobra. Inhale, down dog. And exhale, down dog. And holding it here. Just relaxing, pressing those heels down. Thinking about how strong your arms are, how strong your wrists are. So remember, think about those hands. Remember, all our weight is not being pushed into the heel of your hand. Open those fingers up and use those fingers too. You got to get the weight into those fingers too. Okay, we're going to take a big inhale and walk ourselves back up. Exhale, half fold. Inhale, back down. And all the way back up. And then let's just do a little exhale here up on top. Perfect. Okay, from here, now you can stand however you want. I'm going to turn to face you just so that you can, well, no, I'm not going to turn to face you because I have to go a long ways. Okay, so I'm going to shift my weight onto my right leg right here. And I'm going to try to stand up nice and tall. I'm thinking about stacking my shoulders over my hips over my knees, and my knees over my ankle. The bottom of my foot is nice and flat, and I'm thinking about putting weight on all 4 corners of the bottom of my foot. My heel, the outside of my foot, and the ball of my foot, both edges of the ball of my foot. Now from here, I'm going to try to lift up my left leg. Okay, so I'm not going to stick out my hip, so it's not like this and I'm lifting. I need to think of a string being pulled up through the center of my body, and I'm going to lift this leg up. Now, if putting your hands in front is not good, you can bring them out to the side, and you don't need to lift it real far. Sometimes if you lift your toes up, it helps balance you a little bit more. Excellent. We're just going to hang here for just a second or two. I've got my focal point out front, but now I'm going to tip forward, okay? I'm going to do that tipping bird. Okay. Ooh. And try to bring those hands behind me. And then I'm going to set my foot down on the floor, and I'm going to come up, turn my heel out, and I'm going to come up into a warrior 2 position. And we're just going to hold it right here. Very good. And then from warrior 2, I'm just going to turn around, and we're going to step back up. Perfect. So that's our first little challenge. So now we're going to do it on the other side. So standing up nice and tall, knowing where my focal point is, shifting my weight to my left hip. Now thinking, not pushing it out. Remember, you got to push that hip in so you're nice and tall. Getting my hands where I want them, lifting that right foot up this time. Now, am I as steady or not? Maybe not. This is where that little chair might come in handy. you know, that you might need to have off to the side, or you might need that wall to help you. And let's go ahead and do the tipping bird. Forward. And then we're just going to set that toe down, and we're going to bring ourselves up. Okay, so we're turning that back foot, raising up into warrior two, looking out front. Nice strong arms, stretching those arms. They're not just sitting here, okay? They're reaching. They're active. Your arms are active. Your rib cage is active, lifting you up. Good. You have balance on both of those feet. They're active, everything. Looking out front, excellent. And we're going to inhale, exhale, and bring that foot up front. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to switch to the other side again, okay? And we're going to get just a little bit more into it, okay? Excellent. So we're going to just change, and we're going to lift up that left foot again. Nice. And we're going to go into tipping bird. Going down. And we're going to go up. Very nice. Good job. And this time we're going to take our back arm, we're going to reach forward into a nice low lunge, okay? And we're going to bring that foot back, very nice. Now we're going to take a big inhale, and we're going to go down into chaturanga, exhale into cobra, inhale into down dog, and we're going to hold it right here. Just wait it out for just a second or two. And then we're going to walk our hands up into full fold. Inhale. Into half fold. Exhale back down, and then all the way back up. Excellent. We're going to inhale. And then exhale. Perfect. All right, so we're here again, standing up. So let's switch to the other leg. Okay, we're going to just make sure we're standing nice and tall. We have our focal point. We're going to lift that right leg. Good. And we're going to go ahead and try to take it back into that tipping bird. So we bring our hands behind us, and we let that gaze drop forward. Trying to keep balance on that foot, and we drop the foot down, and we're going to turn into warrior two. We're going to take that back hand, we're going to drop it all the way down into a low lunge. Deep breath in, exhale, into plank. We're going to inhale all the way down into chaturanga. Exhale into cobra, inhale into down dog, and exhale in down dog. And we're going to hold it right here. So adjust those feet as you need them. In and out, just hanging out here for just a little while. I always forget how slippy this little mat is. And I really should have a yoga mat, because it's nice and cushy, but it just does not have very good traction. Okay, we're going to take a big inhale, walk our feet up into full fold. Exhale into half fold. Inhale down, and then all the way back up into standing. Excellent. And then relax. Okay, so now we're going to do this just one more time. We're going to add just one more little thing to it, okay? Alrighty, so balancing on that right leg, looking out in front, standing tall, that string's going through us. Lifting the left leg. Good. So if you want to practice this and lift it for a longer time, you can. I'm going to go ahead and take it back into tipping bird. Set my toe down, turn it up into warrior two. Excellent. So now I'm going to straighten my front leg. I'm going to take that front hand down. So you can place it on your shin, your ankle, or go to the floor. And then you're going to lift that back arm up, straight up. So we're in triangle pose right now. And we're trying to keep that arm that's down and shoulder as close to that extended front thigh as possible to keep ourselves in a nice little triangle. Now, looking up is a little bit more challenging than looking down. So if you're having trouble, you can look down. But either way, it's going to work on your balance. Okay, now we're going to take that hand that's up in the air. Inhale, exhale. We're going to bring it down to the side. Place a hand on either side of that foot into the low lunge. Good. We're going to inhale. Take that foot back. Excellent. Exhale. Come down into chaturanga. Inhale into cobra. Exhale into down dog. And we're just going to hang out here for just a minute. Couple breaths. Okay, we're going to take a big inhale, and we're going to walk our hands up into full fold. Exhale into half fold. Inhale into full fold and roll up. And maybe a little exhale right here. Perfect. Okay, shifting the weight onto that left leg. Lifting that right leg up. Excellent. Taking it out into tipping bird. Extending the foot out. Turning it into warrior two. Holding it, feeling strong. Okay, straightening that front leg, coming down, and find your spot, shin, ankle, or floor, and find your gaze. Is it going to be up or down? Nice straight lines. Trying to keep that shoulder and that front thigh in alignment to help with that balance. This is a challenging pose. Trying to stay nice and tall, pressing that top arm back. It's not way out here in front. Let's get it straight. Everything's in alignment. Now, we're going to inhale. Bring it down. Good. Exhale. Out into plank. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Cobra. Inhale. Down dog. And exhale. Down dog. And we're going to hold it right here. Just so that we can rest for a second or two. So how are those heels in the back of down dog now? Are you feeling a little bit more relaxed now? Alrighty, we're going to take a big inhale and walk into forward fold. Exhale into half fold. Inhale back into full fold and roll yourself up. Big inhale. And then exhale at the very end right here. Oh, relax those shoulders. Perfect. Okay, from here, we're going to step back into the middle of our mat again. And we're going to try some tree poses now. So I'm going to go ahead and face you. so I can totally embarrass myself. So tree poses on one foot again. So for the beginner, me, you know, you can just make a little tripod. Well, actually, it's not really a tripod because there's only, well, I guess you can say the front and the back of your foot on this side is two touching points, and then on this side is one touching point. So that's your tripod. And you can stand and hold right here, okay? And see how that feels to start with, okay? Or you can try to lift it up and just bring it to the edge. And you got to think about not pushing out to the side, okay? So you need to keep this hip going in and this hip going in, so you're up tall the whole time you're doing it. And then as you get better, you can bring it up. We don't ever put it across the knee though, okay? So, I mean, you hear me say that all the time. Don't put it across the knee. And we don't push that hip out. See the difference between the two, okay? Taller body. And then if you're really good, you can bring it all the way up here and let it rest up here. And we just hold ourselves in our pose. And rest. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to try the other side. Your floor has a lot to do with how bouncy you are. I was doing this on my thick yoga mat the other day. Could not balance worth beans. So I had to get on the concrete floor, and then I could balance. So if you're having trouble, you might have to switch where you're trying to balance. Okay, now again, standing up tall. Did you see that hip go out? Oh, let's pull it back in. So we start with our little tripod. Think about that string pulling you up, all that energy, just lighting up the world, going straight up through you, power from both sides of your hip, going in and up. And then you can decide if you're going to take it up any higher or not. Very good. And remember, one ankle might not be as strong as the other one. Breathe, find that focal point. Try to slow your breath. Relax your shoulders. They're way up here, gotta bring them down. And I say that to myself just as much as to you, as I look at myself going, wow, joy. All right, so inhale, exhale. Okay, let's go ahead and put that foot down. Can't believe I even did that. So pat yourself on the back if you were able to stand up at all. Some people have a hard time. Let's just do this for fun. It's not really part of the workout, but just put your feet about 3 inches apart. Put your hands down, okay? Open the palms and relax the shoulders and just close your eyes and breathe. And feel your body. Feel if it starts to have any movement. Nobody that I know of can stand perfectly still, especially when we have our eyes closed. We are constantly making tiny adjustments because of different variations, especially when we lose the sense when our eyes are closed. So feel the difference, especially when you're barefoot. You can definitely feel it in your feet. Maybe you can even feel it in your head, the rest of your body, the way that you're tipping forward and backward and side to side, the pressure on the bottom of your feet. So we're constantly fighting different variables that are going on to stay upright. And then when we take a part part of us away, like one of our feet, it makes it even harder for us to stay upright. So that balance needs to constantly be worked on so we can get in tune with what our body is doing all the time. So that's why we need to practice that balance. Okay, so I'm speaking to the choir, right? Especially because I need to work on balance all the time, so that's why we're doing this. Alrighty, so we're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to blow it out. And for grins and giggles, we're going to do something challenging, alrighty? So we're going to get back into that squat position, okay? So we're going to take ourselves all the way down again. We're back on those toes, and we're sitting up nice and straight. And we're going to just hold it here again on the toes. Now, you've been working a lot, so you might be a little wobblier this time on those toes, because I know I am. My ankles are like, really? You want me to do that again? Sitting up nice and tall. Trying to be taller this time because I know my ankles aren't happy. Okay, so we're going to do something fun. Are you ready? Okay, so we're going to put our hands down. Now, you can do this a couple different ways. Last time I tried to do this, fell on my face. You put your hands out in front of you, and we're going to bury our knees inside our triceps. And we're going to lift up our hiney here. And we're going to try to, I like to put my head on the ground. So when I do this, I like to put my head on the ground and lift my toes up. And, do this. Now, so this is like getting ready for a headstand. And I do that because I need that third support in order to keep my head up. But you should be able to do it without having your head on the ground. You just look out in front of you. I can get my knees and my triceps a little more. If I can do it. Maybe not. Well, it's something to work on, right? Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves down. And we're going to bring those legs just straight out in front of us. So you can work on that crow thing. Okay, let's rotate those wrists around. And rotate them around the other way. Okay, so we're just going to press our palms together and push side to side. Mine are crack-a-lackin'. I need a drink of water. You can get a big drink of water after this. Okay, open and close those hands. Shake them out. Okay, so we're nice and tall. Pull that hiney up so that sits bones are on the ground. So we're nice and tall, and we're going to go ahead and put our hands right onto the sides. And you're going to press through your shoulders. And this is just a little stacked pose. So we're straightening out your spine. And you're sitting up nice and tall. So we have tall, straight legs, straight hips, straight spine, looking out in front, tall neck. So don't drop your head. We're able to breathe. Rib cage feels nice and floating. And, at first this is kind of easy, and then after a while you're like, wow, it takes a lot of strength to hold yourself up like this, because you're pushing through the palms of your hands to stay nice and tall. So a lot of us have, little kinks, degenerative disc disease, scoliosis, slipped discs, bulging discs, herniated discs, different things going on in our neck and spine. So this is a really good exercise just to help straighten things out. And, you know, I have, you know, problems here, so when I do this, boy, I can feel that just really working. Okay, we're gonna inhale, exhale, release, and pull the belly button in round the back and reach forward. Look down at those knees. Take some nice deep breaths. We're in that east-west breathing we talk about because we're compromised, because our ribs should be down low enough that they're on our thighs. So think about spreading the ribs apart and bringing them in. So you can get a nice big breath. So if you can't reach all the way around your feet, no biggie. You know, you're going to reach around your calves or your ankles or whatever you can. And let that exhale sink you in deeper and deeper into your lap. And then we're going to inhale. And as you exhale, you're slowly going to roll yourself back up. Excellent. And we're going to tuck our feet in. Okay, so bottoms of the feet are going to touch, so you're going to get into that butterfly position. Excellent. So you can go ahead and just butterfly a little bit. So we're just really opening up those hips. And again, you can go side to side, and you can even lift the tushy on each side to make sure those sits bones are happy. Never, ever get into a position that's hurting you. So if you need to push your feet out a little bit, or if you want to tuck them in a little bit more, then that's what you need to do. Okay, so we're just out here. Good. Just let them float for just a little bit, because resetting hips and all. Good. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take them out front. Okay, and we're going to cross an ankle. Okay, doesn't matter which one, because we're going to do both. And we're going to reach forward. So I'm just going to add a few extra stretches here towards the end. Just to work on some body alignment through the lower back and hips. Okay, and then we're going to bring it up. Okay, now we're going to slide that leg up. Okay, so now make sure that ankle bone is off your leg. Don't have it digging into your thigh. Okay, so again, be nice and tall. And now, if your knee is way up here, that's fine. Okay, we're going to work with what you have. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to inhale, exhale, and you're thinking about getting your chest across this leg. Okay, so you can place your hands wherever you need to. So if your leg is way down here and you want to reach out front, you can. If this knee is way up here, you can just hold on to it. And you're just going to come straight down. Don't lean into it, okay? We don't want to go sideways. We want to go straight down. This leg, though, we got to think about it. Mine was turned. We want those toes up, okay? Because we're getting you from several directions here. We're getting the hips, and we're getting that hamstring. So we're getting you underneath and from the sides. And again, that exhale. What allows you to gain that flexibility. It allows your body to relax. It lets your muscles get loose. Don't force the stretch. Let your body sink during the exhale. Inhale back up and just let your body settle back down. Perfect. Now we are going to bring it up, okay, and you can readjust that tush again, and we're just going to do a gentle rotation to the side, okay? You don't need to look behind you or anything. Just take it to the side as much as you can. So this back arm is going to go towards your hip, and you're going to push down just like we did when we were stacking. so that you will resist the urge to slouch while we're doing this rotation. So by the hip, press that arm down nice and straight. Get this nice gentle rotation. So you should feel this through that tush a little bit. Good, and now we're going to take it through the other side. Okay, now just leaving that foot there. And again, this arm is going to press down right next to the other hip. Straight arm. And we're just going to rotate. So flexibility is really, really important. Not only, when you stretch, you do more than just gain flexibility. You release toxins from your body. If you've been working out, let's bring it back in front and cross the other ankle. If you've been working out, you're going to release all those acids that have been building up. That's why you're sore. Big inhale. Exhale, come forward. And you're going to release other toxins that have been building up in your body, things from your adrenal glands, different things that go on. Sometimes when people go to a stretch class and they haven't been to one in ages, they get kind of nauseous afterwards because of all those things that they've released from their body. So important to drink lots of water. So if you're new to stretching or to yoga, you're going to need to drink water after this. So if you get, feel a little woozy, that's why. So you can get very sore from stretching, just like any other type of exercise. You're going to inhale. As you exhale, slowly bring yourself up, and let's go ahead and bring that leg up. Remember, straight leg, toe up. That ankle bone off the leg, okay? Straight body, inhale, exhale back down. Let that exhale help you. So it is a workout when you are stretching. Plus all the body weight things. Think of everything that we did and you might have struggled with it, going down into the chaturanga, coming up into the cobra. You're thinking, my body doesn't bend this way. Well, the more we do it, the more your body bends that way. And even more so, we'll work together to get our bodies to become supple and to move and to get strong. Because that's what we want. Especially if you use weights a lot, that's such a good thing to add in a yoga routine or a good stretch routine. And really all stretching in is yoga moves. These are all yoga moves, but it's stretching too. I have a tendency to not use the yoga-y language, number one, because there's a lot of words to it, and I can never remember which ones they are. So everybody has their own, like this is pigeon, but I also call it number 4, Everybody has their own lingo for different things. Okay, we're going to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to go ahead and bring it up, and we're just going to bring it over to the side. We're going to wrap that arm around to keep it in place. Set that hand by the hip. Sit up nice and tall and rotate to the side. There we go. Feel that through that hip. Very good. So it's important to, add variety to those workouts, doing the same old thing. Oh, excuse me. Your body, can get into a rut. And your body needs all 5 components of fitness. What are they? Let's see if we can remember. Okay, body composition. Body composition is knowing what your stats are. Your weight, your height, your body fat, maybe what your visceral fat is, how much water you have in your body, understanding what those things are. Endurance, having stamina, doing endurance things. when we work out with some of my other videos, okay, let's bring ourselves around to the other side. Hip down, arm down next to the hip, rotate. We do things for like 8 minutes without stopping, or 10 minutes without stopping, or 50 seconds. That builds endurance, okay? Sometimes I do those slick 36 moves, where we just go and go and go for 36 minutes. That builds endurance. It also works your cardiovascular system when you do that too. So it's aerobic in nature. You can lift weights and do a cardio workout at the same time. You don't have to run or be on the elliptical or whatever in order to get your heart rate up. Anything that gets your heart rate up is considered cardio, and you don't have to be dying when you're doing cardio for it to be good for you. Anything above your normal heart rate is going to be considered cardio, and it only has to be above your heart rate for 8 minutes to be considered a cardio workout. So some of you that are out there working are killing yourselves because you're doing it too much. Okay, and let's bring it back around to the center. Perfect. Okay, legs back out front. We're gonna lay down. Yay, laying down. Okay, first acorn down. Bring yourself up. Okay, so this move right here, where we acorn and your head is up and your knees are in, this like massages your insides. It helps with digestion. It helps with stress. It helps with your breathing, believe it or not. So this is like one of those moves that they say, ooh, do this for 2 minutes every day. So this is one of those good yoga moves. So being in a little acorn. But we're not going to hold it for 2 minutes. We're going to go ahead and relax and bring it down. Okay, we're just going to open those arms up. We're going to scooch over. Okay, and we're going to drop the legs to one side. Okay? Excellent. So we're going to take that outside arm. So my legs are to the right, and I'm going to think about that arm that's to the left. And I'm going to go all the way around. I'm going to bring it to my other hand, and I'm going to bring it all the way back around where it was. Okay? And I'm just going to rotate back and forth. Okay, so this is getting shoulder and spine and neck mobility right here. Excuse me. I changed allergy medicine. You know, they say you should change that every now and then, and it's not working yet. Good. This also gets all the way down into that lower back. Breathe. Don't hold your breath while you're doing this. Okay, one more time. Big half arc here. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to lift those legs up, and we're going to drop them to the other side. And yep, we're going to do the other side now. So we're going to just take that other arm, bring it around and back. So hopefully you have enough room to do this in. You have just barely enough room to move. Let's do it 2 more times. And 1 more time. All right. Perfect. Okay, let's just go ahead and lay ourselves all the way out on our mat. And just laying down, you can relax your feet, you can relax your hands. Just make sure everything's comfy, so you know you never lay here going, man, my back hurts. I like to pull my shoulder blades in just a little bit too. That just makes my back feel better when I'm laying down on the ground, and so naturally
my hips just open up so my toes are kind of out. You probably can't see that. And I just want you to think about breathing for just a second. Oh, so hopefully everything's nice and relaxed and open. And I want you to think about getting that breath all the way down here where your hip bones are. And that doesn't mean you need to make your belly rise real big. I just want you to be aware of getting your breath all the way down to your hip bones. I mean, if you want to, you can put a hand on your tummy. And just feel that belly rise. Or just think about it. Just think about relaxing your face and making sure that jaw is unhinged. Just think about the quiet of the room. So I hope you enjoyed this balance workout for today. And it's one of those workouts that I hope you come back to and do at least once a week when you have time. Because it's very important to maintain our balance and work on that crow together and see if we can't do a headstand one of these days. So I'm just going to leave you right here and you can just breathe and relax. This is Joy from Enjoy Fitness 43. And I hope you have a wonderful